Hello everybody and welcome to another video on the Pole Position YouTube channel. In this video we are going to be talking about the championship battle, not just between Mercedes and Red Bull, but between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. We've only got 4 races left of the 2021 championship and the championship season, and the next one is Brazil. Mercedes are now only a point behind Red Bull, are only a point behind Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship going into these last 4 races, and Max Verstappen is 19 points ahead in the Drivers' Championship. So ultimately, can Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton still win from this position? Let's find out. Without further ado, let's get into it. But yeah, of course, ultimately, yes, they can still win the championship from this position in terms of both the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship. But this is the first time in quite a long time. Obviously, even the battles that Mercedes have had between Ferrari and say Sebastian Vettel, this is the first time in a while where Mercedes have been put under this much pressure getting to the end of the season. It's normally by the time we have the Mexican Grand Prix that either Lewis Hamilton's been announced as the driver champion, the Drivers' Champion, or Mercedes have won the Constructors' Championship by this point as well. So the fact that in this season it's coming down to the last 4 races, I think in itself means it's been a very successful year for the motorsport. Yes, of course, we can look further back and we've still got issues. I mean, Mexico was highlighted again. You know, some of the drivers were finishing 3 laps down. I think Valtteri Bottas in the end finished 2 laps down at least because he came in for so many pit stops as well. But I think that still needs to be addressed, and hopefully going into the new regulation change, that does help. And obviously, you know, cars a little bit closer, the budget cap's a little bit closer, and hopefully there's a lot better overtaking as well, because again, wasn't much happening really too much in terms of Mexico and overtake. Great atmosphere, there were so many fans there, it was excellent to see. And obviously, you know, Sergio Perez getting on the podium alongside Max Verstappen as well was a great sight to see. So yeah, overall it was a decent Mexican Grand Prix, but I feel like there are still some things that need to be looked at going into future seasons, and obviously this main regulation change into 2022. But if we go back to obviously the championship battle, Red Bull now with that 2 drivers on the podium and only Lewis Hamilton able to get second place for Mercedes, means that they are just 1 point behind Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. So, and obviously going into the Brazilian Grand Prix, or the Sao Paulo Grand Prix as it's known this year, it's the second highest race above sea level, and obviously we know that the Red Bull was usually quite strong in that phase. Look at where Mexico was, or Mexican City Grand Prix. You know, again, Red Bull struggled in qualifying, but I think that was basically just because maybe they got the strategy wrong to get the cars out at the right time. But ultimately, coming into the race, both Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez were really strong, and Lewis Hamilton, like he said, you know, struggled to keep up with Max Verstappen, and ultimately, you know, even struggled to keep Sergio Perez at bay as well, because Perez is getting more and more used to how the Red Bull is set up, you know, more to obviously Max Verstappen's liking. But you know, now we are seeing, you know, Sergio Perez at his best again as well, so that's even great to see, especially at the Mexican Grand Prix at his home race. But I think the Constructors' Championship obviously means the most for the teams, so ultimately, you know, they're the ones that are going to be looking to be on top in terms of that. It may not, you know, be that much of an issue to the drivers, because, you know, Max and Lewis are still fighting for that drivers' world title. But I think, you know, as a team, they're aiming to be top of the Constructors, because even though it's a budget cap for next year, there's still going to be more money finishing you know, first to second, and they might need that, especially Red Bull, you know, with the fact that they now have their own powertrain department, so that they're going to be putting a lot of investment in that as well. So ultimately they will want to win this Constructors title. And then going on to the drivers titles as well, obviously 4 races to go. You know, obviously we've got the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, we've got Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Abu Dhabi. That obviously 19 points is a lot of points, as Lewis Hamilton has said, and obviously it's Max's 9th win of the year. So as Lewis said, you know, he has had a lot more wins this year compared to Lewis himself, but he's a little bit worried about the superior speed that Red Bull and Max had. But 19 points, you know, it only takes, if Lewis obviously keeps consistent now and obviously tries to continue to win races, get them second places, it only takes Max to have a DNF or engine reliability or be, you know, have an incident with another driver for Lewis to crawl that back. That's not even a race win. So the fact we've still got 4 races remaining, you know, it obviously Max Verstappen needs to be consistent, and obviously if he can get as many wins wins as possible and second places, then he will probably cruise to the title from there. But like I said, it only takes a DNF or an instant for Max Verstappen, for Lewis Hamilton to be right back in there, even if it's right down to the wire of Abu Dhabi. That's what we would like. Whether that actually happens or not, we will wait and see. But if it goes to the last race of the season, that will be a spectacular end to the year. But please let me know your thoughts. Where do you think it's going to be? We've got 4 races remaining of this 2021 season. Do you think it's Max Verstappen's in the bag, or do you think Lewis Hamilton will come back alongside Mercedes as well, who are 1 point ahead of Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship? Do you think that Red Bull will be able to beat Mercedes in that as well? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. It really does mean a lot. And like I said, don't forget to check out the Let's Talk Sports F1 race watch-alongs. We obviously did the Mexican Grand Prix last week, and we will be looking at doing the Sao Paulo Grand Prix as well. So please check out that as well. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care. See you soon.